Show, and this is another episode where we are going to be discussing various issues concerning we youth, students, and everybody actually, because this is a discussion and you can never be wrong. So today with me, I have my guest on this show, and these two wonderful ladies. I think I should start from the right.
Okay, my name is Anna.
You want to add something more?
No, I want to.
And on my left, I have.
Paida Moyo.
You know, I like that name actually.
Really?
But I'll call you Paida. And today we are going to discuss something actually very sensitive, and it's something that it has been going on over the years, way before we were born. So we think if we can put it into discussion, it's something that affects everybody. So let's see if we can, touch some parts, touch something you also are thinking. Maybe you are even going through it. But just make sure if you actually watch these videos and you want to suggest something, or you can actually comment below and let us know your views and your suggestions. And obviously we are going to review it. So we can start. The topic today is love and violence. And under this we are going to be discussing something like sexual harassment, domestic violence, and really does actually violence has anything to do with love at all. So I'm starting with you.
Actually, I think people get confused a lot, like when they're talking about love and violence. They kind of like link it. Is it like link it together, but they don't go together actually. For me, love is a strong affection for someone, and you get that chill in you, or that comforts you a lot. Like when you see someone, you're able to explain yourself, you're able to talk things through, things of your past, your present, whatever it is. But violence, I'm not really sure, because I think there's a lot happening. Either I kind of like mix it past or present, but I think the present is really confusing nowadays. Is it violence or it's not? Because you kind of like see some of the people being arrested for not being violent, while someone is stating it's violence.
No, actually, when you were talking and explaining this love, she was actually talking like somebody speaking from experience.
Oh.
So now,
no way.
Actually, I'm not going to ask you if you are in love, because it's written.
Yes, let's
all
not
over
ask those kind of questions.
So I'm going to go to you. She was talking about love and violence and how they can really relate. Even though these days people try to use it as an excuse. What do you think actually caused a guy that, I don't know, it takes roughly 3 months to convince a lady to walk with you?
Yeah.
Especially the stubborn ones.
Yeah. I would say even yes.
So now, let me say I disturbed myself for 3 months, thinking of the lyrics, thinking of, okay, let's meet at this joint, we take the coffee together and everything. Why will I actually now result into violence?
That's what I'm saying. Like she was saying, love and violence, they don't go along. It's not the same, because you cannot say you love someone and then you are being physically abusing them. I think when you love someone, you would like actually be hurt when you see that person hurting, when you see that person crying, and when you say you love them, you beat them up, you mentally abuse them, physically abusing them. It's not love. So they are not related.
And if you don't mind, I'm going to ask, have you ever, maybe, it might not be severe, but have you ever experienced any, let's put it this way, harassment from somebody that claims to love you?
Not really.
Push?
Not really. No. I've never experienced that.
And you?
Okay, it depends on how you define harassment and how you take it. If someone comes to you, like obviously a girl, usually within a month, every month actually, I can say, I think there's a guy who approaches a girl. That's normal for girls. But when someone comes to you and says, I'm attracted to you, I just like you from instant.
Love at first sight.
love at first sight. And you're like, no, that can't be for me. And it's like, every time he sees you, he's like, no, I have to be with you. To me, it's harassment because I have already cleared it with you from the first go, and then you're trying to come back again, like pushing me. I think that's harassment.
And do you ever think you can swap places and see guys suffering the same fate as girls suffering? Is it possible?
For girls, I think it's kind of like hard for girls to do that, actually, to swap places with guys. It's very difficult because you don't know what's going inside his head, actually. But for guys, I think it's better for them like to swap places with the girl because you understand that, okay, this girl is going through this, this girl is going through this stage, you know. So I think it's better for boys to mix the stages between the girls.
Do you think guys get harassed? Do you guys get harassed?
No. You guys are coming at the same time. I don't get harassed.
I don't.
But I think guys do get harassed.
Okay.
There was a time some months ago I ventured into writing articles. Then I wrote about this particular topic. Then I got a review from people, of course, mostly girls. And what I sensed was that even though this thing is happening, some people somewhere are targeting it as a media frenzy to sell papers, news, and videos. But actually, there are some guys suffering internally. Now, if I'm a guy and you're suffering this, you can't tell me. Because I'll be like,
because you guys, you just love suffering.
You understand? It's like it doesn't work. You understand? So because you are the guy, it's unspeakable that your girl is dominating you. You understand?
You wanna be the man.
Yeah, it's in the nature. Now, when I say dominating, it's not even stopping at dominance. Have you ever imagined the lady going overboard, slapping the guy, hitting the guy?
Yeah, that's
you understand?
too,
So if that continues, are you going to tell me the guy is naive to continue the relationship? The guy.
Okay. If I know. Girls do like this slapping business.
Slapping business.
Just leave the business part. They slap guys, but I think there is no reason. Okay, there is no reason that anyone should slap anyone or beat them or being violent to anyone. No reason at all that should lead you to do that to someone. So if someone is actually violating you in that way or any other way, I think you should stop it. Just stop the whole thing.
Have you ever been angry to the extent that you feel like slapping?
Yes. Like most of the time, like I really want to kill someone. I'm not going to kill anyone, but you know that
you feel that emotions running through.
Exactly, you know, because sometimes those people who just want to provoke you, like they just do some stuff that you just wonder, like really. But then that doesn't give me the right to slap someone because who am I?
Definitely.
Really, I shouldn't go to violence.
When we see this love and violence, I see a lot of kids nowadays, secondary school kids, 15, 16, 18 maximum, they resort into loving and they post it online. They are actually in love. Now, most times, those kids are the ones that go through that thing also. Because, for example, at the age of 16 and you are dating somebody that is maybe 25, you can have the body, but you don't have the mind. So does it have to do with maturity?
Yeah, it has. Because when I'm talking about someone who is violent to another person, this is a mental problem. Because it depends where you grew up, how you grew up. Because let's just say a guy who's very violent, they claim to be short-tempered. So at any given chance, you just see a girl as a punching bag. You know, like any given time, you wanna punch. Any silly mistake you punch and all that. So it takes someone who's mature enough, who has gotten that type of maybe therapy. You actually need therapy for you to be able to know that you are not supposed to be violent towards anyone. So it has a lot to do with maturity.
For me, actually, like the maturity stage, nowadays it's common to have 16-year-olds who even think bigger, like 25-year-olds.
Okay.
So I think it depends on what you think the girl is,
Okay.
what she knows, what she
How you see her.
Yeah.
how she can, like, I don't know how I can say it, to articulate herself, or how she brings herself. That thing that holds the girl, like, most of the time. So I'm like, it depends. Yeah, it depends. 16-year-olds these days, or 15 or 18, you'll be surprised to see that this girl, she's only 18 years old, but she's doing something that is out of her category.
And nowadays
She's
we have
just out.
where we have social media, where everybody tends to post what is happening in their lives
Yeah.
on social media. Now, you see a story maybe some hours ago, everything is rosy, right? Then some days after, you'll be seeing comments that are, it's not going with the last post. Do you understand? All of a sudden, they are liking some post about, oh, guys are this and that. And now, I noticed that this trend goes around, especially if you're a celebrity and you're a lady. A lot of these celebrities, maybe movie star, I don't know, if a singer, most of them actually have broken homes. Now, I'm going to talk from what I see, especially in Nigeria. I can count with my hands how many celebrities, big names in Nigeria, women that are actually not under any guy again, and they were once married.
Okay, I know of a lot of. Okay, you're very on to yourself, right? She's someone who was speaking about her marriage, I think I can relate, because when you see her, you think, oh, she's all rosy and all. But then violence, like, it actually happens to anyone, whether you're a celebrity, whether you're pretty, you're ugly. It can happen. So it is something that's happening to anyone, to everyone, actually. It just depends on how you are taking it. Because as you were speaking before, like, this is happening to celebrities, right? And they come out with that stuff. They're actually being good by talking about it, because at the end of the day, people are going to help them solve these issues. Like, if you live with this violence, and you are just saying, maybe it's going to change, something like that.
I think people actually don't understand the concept of loving somebody.
Exactly.
Because, look, I'm a guy, right? And we are talking about guys beating ladies or harassing them, maybe in the room or outside at times. I've been lucky to be in some relationships from my cradle to
Okay.
so I could say I have experience on that part. Now, I've never
Experienced violence or what?
No. I've experienced.
Are you sure you haven't raised your hand?
No. Actually, what I do.
Should we ask them?
Yeah, you can.
Are you going to give me their numbers?
Why not?
Okay.
And I think what I do when I'm angry is I pick a bottle, I open, and I drink. So immediately I finish the water.
Your call.
See more reason not to be angry.
Ah.
Now, for example, I told you I was writing an article some months back, and I wrote about anger issues. I'm going to leave the description into the and when I wrote those articles, I was not writing for people to read. I was writing for myself.
Oh, okay.
You understand? I'm going to leave the link in the description below on my blog. I wrote of anger issues. Now, there are ways of solving anger issues, but I just think the ego part of it.
That's what I was talking about, therapy. Some people just literally need therapy because how you grew up, how you were seeing your parents, because most of the time it's influenced by your childhood. Because a lot of people have been abused as kids, and they actually think, okay, in Africa, let me tell you, my mom, she used to beat us a lot, to the extent that I would laugh when she started beating me. Cause like, okay, now this thing doesn't hurt anymore. Like, so I'm just gonna sit here. You beat me, and then I remember she actually stopped beating me because she saw like, okay, now I'm not.
You're not kidding.
Yes, I don't even care because I've so when you think like violence or beating someone solves things, so at any time you just want to resolve to that, and it becomes a habit. So whenever someone provokes you, you just want to beat them up.
So, what we agree is that actually love and violence, they don't exist. Right? So, what we're going to do is after the break, we are going to shed more light on why does it now get mentioned every time we talk about somebody's relationship or every time we talk about somebody in love. You could actually think the mental side of it. Could it be jealousy? Could it be like that's how the guy is? Even before you met him, he was nice, and all of a sudden, the story is always like that.
Yeah.
He was nice, and all of a sudden, he changed. So after the break, we are going to discuss. Is it like the guys can't change or they don't want to change? And if your guy doesn't want to change, are you going to die in the relationship or just take a walk? So
you gotta work.
So no problem. We are going to talk about it and stay tuned. Show. Welcome back. And if you missed the beginning of the show, what we are talking about today is love and violence. And we are looking straight into domestic violence and sexual harassment in relationships. And how do they even relate? Does violence have a place in love at all? And during the break, we are discussing about some real life issues which we would like to share on the live show. And I think last week I was gisting my colleagues about my friend that talks to me. She actually was not going to tell me because this is something that is, how can I put it? It's something you want to hide. It's something you want to move on from. So immediately you venture into talking, it brings back that memory. Do you understand? And this is a guy that she has been with for, let's say, 18 months. And from the beginning of the 18 months, maybe the first 2 months, it was sweet.
Yeah,
just like any other story.
Every relationship.
You know, and then all of a sudden the guy changed. And you know, part of the story was, I want to phrase what she said. He knew I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
I mean, he knew I'm going to stay with him. He knew I loved him. He knew I'm not going to cheat on him, even though he continuously accused me of it. It's not like I don't get off. Every lady do it.
Insecure.
So insecure. And the jealousy is so, I don't know. It's too violent. And the first thing started with a slap. Now, you know, before we went on break, we were talking about, during the break, we were talking about when the guy raises the hand. If your cheeks is like this, that means you are ready to accept it.
Yes.
But when a guy raises the hand and your hand is just right there, like, stop that shit. You understand? That means the guy will never want to try it again. Now, I'm not going to say she's naive. I'm talking about a lady that found love. So she wanted to practice everything she has watched in the movies,
was this,
read in the novels.
The first
I think it's the first real relationship. And everybody has this primary school love, right?
Yeah.
But this is the first real relationship. And she was going to give everything. She actually gave everything. Let me put it that way. And I won't say the word, but it looks like she almost lost everything also. I'm not talking. Yeah, I'm not even talking about you slap me once, you slap me twice. I'm talking about you completely dishuman.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was being hospitalized from your beating. And the funniest part, I'm going to be the one to come and beg you. Now, I'm not saying this so that I'm going to judge the ladies why or why not. All these what ifs. It's not the point.
Yeah.
The lady stayed. She stayed
true to our beliefs. Now, a lot of guys do this, and what they don't know is they destroy the lady's core. So when the other guy, after the lady moves on, the next guy the lady is going to move on to is going to be the one that's going to pick up the pieces.
Exactly. Because
Because she's broken. Now, the core, the lady that before you even say something that angers you, she already said the sorry. She knows how to say sorry. On the joking side, I was telling you before the show, I said if you want to say sorry to your guy, you should come with the package. Now, I was actually not joking, because every sorry these days that I hear, they're too dry.
Exactly.
Sorry.
You don't mean it.
Right. You just please the moment. You're not pleasing me. Now, you are coming with a sorry package, and we are probably going to end up under the same roof at night. Then come in full. Let me forget completely that somebody even got me on. It's like I dirty this clothes, then I put it inside the water, and I completely wash it. Do you think when you are saying the sorry, if kiss follow that sorry, you think gradually I'm not forgetting I was angry, or I'm not even feeling bad that I was even angry, or a very warm hug, even from the back, even from the front, I don't care. But you sitting at a distance and telling me sorry, you know how that sounds, right? Just take it or you leave it.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of ladies actually do that willingly, but still, it's not enough.
Okay, you were saying that this girl, she gets beaten, and then she's the one who's apologizing first.
She was actually
So you
apologizing.
want her to say sorry in a way that this guy feels it, and he's the one who was beating the
No,
girl.
actually, I'm not supporting what the guy did. The example of the sorry is for a relationship that is working. It's not a violent relationship. Now, what I'm trying to understand, because you guys are, you're ladies. How is it possible for me to hit you hard, right? And I used to walk on. I don't even care. And you come back knowing you can receive another slap.
That's why we are saying that's not love, right? And it's not something you should settle for. Because you were saying that if you allow a guy to slap you the first time, and then you leave it like that, then the second time he does it again and you are cute, and then you are the one who comes to him again and say, "You're sorry. Trust me, that's gonna give him this validation that I can do anything with you." But and if you stand your ground when he slaps you, or maybe it has already flied, you know how this thing happen. So when he slaps you, then you just tell him that you stood your ground, that you should not do this. You are not supposed to do this. And if you like, maybe you speak and then you act upon that. Because if you are saying he's slapping you and then you go back to apologize to him, then trust me, he's gonna do that again and again.
But
so it won't work.
Will I say the lady was wrong to want to keep a young relationship?
The lady loved the guy, right? She was in love. I know when you're in love, you're in love. So what happens is, if people are in love, their mind also is not wrong. They fall in love instead of walking in love.
They fall in love.
So when you fall in love, your mind, your body, everything.
You can stumble.
Yeah. Everything about you. Because now your life is depending on this person. You see this person as your whole world. So when they do something wrong, you want to make it right. So you think if you apologize, this thing is going to go away.
You feel sorry for everything that happens.
And then maybe you are actually being guilty. Maybe you are the one, because some of the time we were speaking of jealousy. This guy is just jealous of some stuff that you didn't even do. Or maybe he's just coming from wherever he's coming, and he's seeing you as a punching bag. He's seeing you because you're easy. Maybe he had a fight with a friend. Then he's coming home, he's already ended. And then maybe you just, fuck him a little bit. Then
sparks it.
Exactly. The slaps are already flying, and then you're like, then you go back and apologize for something that someone outside did. So I think that.
So she was saying you shouldn't fall in love. You should walk in love. Did you fall in love before? Have you ever fallen in love?
Fallen in love.
Through our own definition of falling in love. Like, you are my world. You are everything I am. You are my
Yes,
and
And then you
Yes,
you know. Mm.
but I think
Do you
the stage
you love the fact that you fall in love? Okay. By that smile, I can tell.
actually think there are stages for you to fall
Mm.
in life. Because you don't just fall from the word go.
Like, you just close your eyes and just
You just
somersault.
go. There are stages for you to fall. I think the most stage that most relationships are missing
Hmm.
is for them to know each other. For you to get that time to communicate, knowing one another, where you're from, what you're doing.
Hmm.
You know,
Be friends
that's-
first.
yes, before going into a relationship. Because the moment I know you, I will know your friends. I will know who you are rude to. I will know whoever talks to you. So I will not be
and
like,
even your values,
Yeah.
what you believe in.
yes, I will not be like, okay, where is he now? What is he doing? No. I think that stage of being friends is very, very important in a relationship. Because for a guy to slap you, it takes a lot of time for you to get to that stage. You know, it takes a lot of time. So I think people get to miss that stage of being friends. They just start being in a relationship. That's when they fall into the relationship. You know. So I think people have to first have that stage. But I think nowadays it's not even common. Because nowadays we have social media relationship. You don't even know the person. You already fall for the person. So I think that stage is now being scratched.
Being used.
It's being scratched actually.
Love
Because
at
most of
first
the relationships they don't start being friends. Even now, you're in this level. You're like, if I don't get into this relationship, you might get
Someone's
hooked
gonna
up.
snatch you.
But you don't have to start being like in a relationship before you become friends. Be friends and then
Know your person.
be in a
Know his
relationship.
temper.
In a relationship, be friends again. Because in marriage, there's relationship, there's marriage, there's everything. Well, that's where the stages are coming from.
That means you made a very good point. Like, every love story starts with friendship.
Yes.
Now, I go out with you, we go to Gloria Jean
Yes.
at night.
Yes.
Then I decided not to take a taxi or even the bus.
Yes.
Then we walk our way,
Yes.
and God knows it was raining.
Yeah.
And you told me, I like walking under the rain. Then we start walking. You know, actually, to some people, it's like, the guy is not rich.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you should have stopped a taxi for you.
Yes.
Don't date that guy.
No.
The guy don't get up. But actually, what you enjoy together, holding hands under that
That
weather,
moment, you always remember that moment. So I think moments
And I think I'm a guy that does that. You know, I enjoy walking, not for the sake of walking, but for the sake of
You're this
the
romantic
wow is
guy.
too much.
No, it's nice. Because a lot of
nice,
guys, let me tell
actually.
you, this comes to how you see a person. Because sometimes a lot of relationships, you see each other at night.
Yeah.
And you know what goes down.
Night is night.
Exactly, night is night. And if this person, a person, you see that this person really wants to know me, know who I really am. If they see you at all the time, not like at night every time, like, babe, what are you doing?
Yeah. Not
Then
like
while you're-
in Nigeria, we call it the guy want to chop you.
Exactly.
Chop you.
So you see these chop guys, and then these serious ones.
Yeah.
So these guys that want to chop you, I think these are the guys that actually are
But
very valuable.
we, the gentle
Because you
ones,
don't
also
listen to them.
in defense, it's not like they don't want to chop you, but it's stages. We want to know the value of what we want to chop.
Exactly. They're the ones that just want to chop.
Actually, with the story that you related to your friends, I think your friend didn't get the time to know
The guy.
the guy.
What if I actually give the guy 3, 4, 5 months? We are so good, then all of a sudden,
Woo. Okay, in my native language, we have this, is it a proverb, right?
Say it, and then I'm going to
It's okay, I'm gonna say it in native language.
okay, I'm lost.
So it means when a guy is like courting a girl, he's so humble, he's so nice,
Of course.
and he's doing everything. And then when the girl says yes, that's when the true colors, because now he knows, okay, she's in love with me. That's what we were saying, like, friend was saying, oh, you knew I was so deeply in love. Because some people
took the
don't,
advantage.
exactly. So he is now knows that, okay, there's love here, so whatever I'm going to do to her, she's not going to. So if you show him that, okay, if you do this, I'm going to leave you, man. Like, I'm just going to go because I'm not going to stay for this trash. Because let me tell you what happens is, if you know who you are as a person, if you know your values, you're not going to settle for anything. If he just slaps you at any given time and you are that person who knows yourself, you will live. Because love, you guys, love and violence, he doesn't love
It doesn't
you.
really.
Yeah, he doesn't love you.
For me, I think like she was not wrong for wanting to be able to talk it out with his boyfriend because she knew she
wasn't talking. She was.
You know, the first slap breeds fear. And after that, once the fear is there, you'll be reminiscing that thing is like Messi dribbling players. It will be replaying in your head like, if I say something, then all of a sudden it's another papa.
Oh yeah.
But I think like it wasn't wrong for her. Like I can't really judge it that she was wrong or right. Because in a relationship, I think you'll be thinking that if I do this, maybe she's going to react this way. If I do this, she's going to get to this stage. You know? So I think she was trying in her own way, but she didn't notice the time was moving. You understand?
I get it.
So
the
like,
time part
did
she
they
didn't
break up or
notice.
something?
Well, the good news is they actually did break up.
Oh,
and one thing that's funny is that every guy that does this shit, when you break up with them, they go on some sabbatical leave, testing other ladies. Then they realize, I miss this so. So they come back. And they come with some furry lyrics, like, this and that. But what I love about the lady is that she stood up to that thing and built a wall, like, don't cross it.
Exactly.
You understand? It's like, how can I put it? For guys that suffer from this thing, let me assume it's a sickness. And as a guy to guy, let me be your therapist. Now, when you know that your anger is as volatile, like like that, there are ways to deal with it. Even this thing does not even only affect you and your girl, even guy to guy. You want to show that physical this thing over the guy. Maybe he's shorter, maybe he's taller, maybe he's thinner, maybe you understand that kind of thing. You want to show I'm bigger than you kind of.
The man.
I think guys are all born with that thing.
No, everybody wants to just carve a
power.
niche.
You
You understand? So I think what should happen is this. Everybody gets angry, right? So when you are angry, there are ways of dealing with anger. And like I said before the break, I said I will leave the link of an article I wrote about how to deal with anger issues. Because it's like, I quoted something in the article. I said, it's like fire. And when it's burning, it doesn't even know the face of the person that started the fire. Do you understand? So, there are three things you can do when you're angry. The first thing, don't talk. Don't try to say everything you are feeling. Oh, if I don't say this now. No, you don't need to argue a point. It's not a win-win game. It's love here. You don't need to show her you are right. So don't talk. Talk less. Number two, if this thing gets out of hand, drink water. Soup. It works. I'm serious. Water works. Just drink water and sit down. Don't move. Sit down. Because immediately you are moving, it's, then if you think it's getting out of hand, because some ladies can actually push. It's like they want you to beat them. They can even say it. Beat me.
Beat me.
Beat me.
Hey, say you're a man.
And they can even lock you. And I value my shirts, especially the ones I iron. So if you lock me, you understand? Right? So it's like when the lady is now that kind of, the madness level is this level. Just walk. Take a walk, some 100, 200 meters or so. Your head will come down. And when you are back, the first thing you should do is try to smile. Try to see the positive side of the lady. when you were dating. Remember your first kiss, for example.
Mm.
You remember the sweet things you tell her
Under
after
the
the first
street
kiss.
light.
Remember when you were typing to her, the first thing you said was you're dreaming of the first kiss. And when she gave it to you, you described it as a French wet kiss. So where does that love go? How did the love just expire? Unless you don't love the lady to start with. Do you understand? If you actually care about this lady, the first thing I think about myself when I love a lady is I don't want other guys to take your time. So I chat you more than any other guy. I call you more than any other guy. And obviously, I spend more time with you more than any other guy. And I go to length to prove to you I'm the best at this thing. You can't get this service anywhere. It's exclusively for you. You understand? So I think everybody tries to improve on their way and reduce the ego. We don't need it.
Yeah.
You understand? You don't need it. It's like you don't need to show me you are a guy. I know. And as a lady, you don't need to demand respect. I should give you. You understand? You don't need to. I should give you. If I don't give you, just walk away. Do you understand? So on this note, we bring a curtain raiser to this show. And I want to thank you guys for shedding more light to this topic, because this is a topic that will go on and on for decades. And if you're watching us at home and you suffered from any of this, you want our comments or our suggestions, or you want to talk to us, you can just click on the subscribe button first. Then comment below suggestions. You can reach out to any one of us on our socials. We are going to leave it in the description of the video, and you can also, message us, DM us. Let's talk. And if you're facing this thing, talk with your guy, talk with your lady. At times it's not the guy, it's the lady, and at times it's not the lady, it's the guy. You understand? So let's talk things out. Drop your comments and suggestions on how we can improve ourselves also, and we are going to work on it. And you can follow us on our socials, on Facebook at The Breakpoint Show, and on Instagram at The Breakpoint Show, and on YouTube at The Breakpoint Show. And I'm leaving you on a very good note. And I'm still your host, Bolaji Ayatollah. And I say, stay blessed.